Actually, what? Oh, Tracy, what order are y'all speaking? Yeah. Okay, great. Good afternoon, welcome everyone. I feel like I have to now look at both phones and all the people. So, of course, we've gathered here today to dedicate the physical memorial of Dianne's headstone. And as we do so, we recognize that this may be one memorial, but there's another one. That here we have a physical marker, one that's a reminder of her physical presence. But ultimately, this is always just a physical object that then is supposed to inspire us to carry the memories of Dianne with us. I remember the way that she was a fountain of joy and kindness. And that as we see this memorial, it reminds us of her humor and knowing that she's able to have her headstone next to her beloved Noel, of having it be a reminder of their beautiful love story. And so, among friends and family, as we dedicate her headstone, we continue to learn from her example, being able to take the knowledge of this physical place to bring her spirit with us wherever we go. And so we'll uncover the headstone and then share some memories. And so as we have on the headstones, we have her Hebrew, or first we have the Hebrew letters, Pei Nun for Po Nikbar, or Po Nikberet, here's buried, Dina Bat Menachem V'Chaya Liba, her Hebrew name, Nivtara, Shva'asar B'Tammuz, that she died on the 17th of Tammuz, a traditional fast day, a day of vulnerability, and remembering her as a beloved wife, mother, Babi, Schwester, aunt, daughter, and friend, forever loved. And so, in having our physical memorial, we'll continue to build the memorial in our hearts by hearing from her daughters to share some memories. So Valerie, I'll invite you to start.
I go over here?
Yeah. You can stand also in the shade. I'm actually going to.
Oh, stay in the shade?
Yes.
Okay, I'll go right here. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you all for coming today. I'm sorry? Okay, so I'll go over here. Okay. Sorry, you go wherever I go. I don't know what to do. Okay. Thank you all for coming today. I know my mom feels you all here and is full of love for you all. Mom, I know it's almost a year, but it does not feel real. It's hard to believe you're not physically here, and sometimes it's hard to feel you, even though I know you're a heart thought away. I miss your laugh. When we laughed so hard, it was hard to talk or even explain why we were laughing so hard. And Jaden and Jordan would just start laughing so hard with us even before we could barely explain what was so hysterical. I miss our morning walks on the beach while in Hawaii. I miss calling you and saying, "Hey Mom, you want to go to Costco?" while I'm in LA, and you'd rush, put on the code in your phone to be on video with me while I took you to Costco with me. And you joked telling me to pick you up some toilet paper. I miss how you'd light up so big when Jaden would come up to you and say, "I love you, bubbly, wubbly, wubbly, so much." And he'd blow you kisses and you'd laugh and smile and blow kisses back to him. Even in the hospital, I love how it would light you up. I loved watching hockey games with you and you're cheering and directing everyone up and down the ice. I love how you taught Jordan to sew and even let him teach you a bit how to play a ukulele. I loved how much we'd all laugh playing Jenga and playing poker with you, that you and your goofy sense of humor would play with blackjack rules and we'd all crack up laughing. I love how when talking with Tracy and us, you loved her humor, and when something was really funny or goofy, you'd take your hand and put it to your face like this. I love how you'd say when it came to choosing something fun to do, you'd say, "Why not?" I love how you flew to be with me and took care of me when I got my wisdom teeth out, and when my shoulder was broken by he who shall not be named, and when my boys were born as preemies, you ran to the NICU unit to be with them until I could be rolled down. I loved watching how you had built such a loving relationship with your wonderful titas, and how kind you were to everyone, making friends with any customer support person you met on the phone, knowing their life story even within a phone call. And always kind to the nurses, even when some of them truly didn't deserve it. You were even kind to the jerk, neglectful doctor at the end, even while he was abusing you and making fun of you. You were kind. You were not really there for me as a child to protect me, but once I was in my 20s, and especially in my 30s, in the past 30 years, you were, and it means so much, and I miss you. You did your best to take care of me those years in so many ways. Watching your love for Dad and how much you missed him, I don't know if I will ever have such a love, even for half as much as time as you did, but if I can, you are my guide. Your love was so deep, even when Dad was in deep dementia, the one thing he always knew was his love for you, his beautiful wife, Dianne. I'm honored you let me guide you into the love when you passed, and let me feel all the love on the other side, being with Dad again, dancing with him, and seeing your Schwester, Auntie Toto, and Uncle Mord, and everyone there feeling your intense joy. You tried so hard to stay here with us, but I know you decided you wanted to go to be with Dad, that you didn't really want that feeding tube. And I know Dad was talking to you when you napped during those last couple of weeks before you passed. I know. I never really felt like I said goodbye. I couldn't. All my life, you never really talked to me about my feelings or what was going on emotionally. We never had those kind of heart-to-heart talks. I really wish we did, because I don't really know what you think about me, but I do know you tried in your actions to show me you cared. It's just hard now. So many people love you. And I don't know if I can live up to how kind you were in the way you spoke to everyone. I want to. You told me no one hurts my children. You were a mama bear, and when I see things that could hurt mine, I guess I took that in. You see their light, because you knew that's what we all really are. We are all one big light. And like your favorite part of It's a Small World, where all the children of the world are in white, happy and dancing together, that's the world you saw and see in everyone. I want to see that in everyone, no matter how they treat me. To be my best self. And that light, see that light in everyone too, no matter what they are presenting. You tried to tell me through songs that pop on my phone out of nowhere, through movies that I'm all of a sudden urged out of nowhere to watch on my phone. Always now when I have a question, that would happen, and I know it's you. Our family knows it's real. Just like you instilled in me how you talk to Dad and listen to Dad from the other side, I will continue to listen to you, Mom. Thank you, Mom. Like you do for everyone you care about, and that's a lot. I hope you in some way can be there to guide my boys, even when they aren't conscious of it and don't think it's real. Hopefully someday they will feel you and know. I love you, Mom. A bushel and a peck, and a barrel and a heap.
Thank you. We'll hear from Tracy.
I want to thank each and every one of you. I want to thank each and every one of you from being here today and for being here today. We appreciate it from the bottom of our hearts. While I know we are here today to unveil our mom's headstone, as Rabbi said, I think this stone may mark her resting place next to her beloved Noel, our dad, but her true mark lives in the hearts of all who knew her. When I think of Mom, I remember how she had a way of making everyone feel seen and so important. Whether it was through her cards, e-cards, on the phone, or in person, you always felt like she really wanted to know about you, your life, your family, your pets, your everything. Her ability to remember so much about each and every one of us was her superpower. Being with friends and family, with her kids, and especially all her grandkids, this was her joy. She did not define family by blood, but by connections. There are so many here today and in her life that she considered family. a way to make you always feel her joy, even when she was down. She would not allow that to get in the way of getting to know you and to find some joy. She taught me that I need to seek joy and happiness every opportunity I have. She taught me that it's okay to feel sad, but to not let it be all encompassing. So I feel like we can be sad today and happy at the same time. To celebrate the amazing woman she was and how she has touched each and every one of us, and to find the joy in those memories. Let every day be a little more laughter and a little less sadness. I know of a poem that says this better than I ever could, so I'll end with the poem, if I can flip pages. You can shed tears that they are gone, or you can smile because they lived. You can close your eyes and pray that they will come back, or you can open your eyes and see all that they have left. Your heart can be empty because you see them, or you can be full of the love that you shared. You can turn back on tomorrow and live yesterday, or you can be happy for tomorrow because of yesterday. You can remember them and only that they are gone, or you can cherish their memory and let it live on. You can cry and close your mind, be empty and turn your back, or you can do what they would want. Smile, open your eyes, love, and go on. I love you, Mom and Dad, and I do miss you both. But I cherish the memories of all the love and joy and laughter that we shared over the years.
It's really hard to follow the two of them, but here I go. I'm going to thank everybody as well, family, and I'm going to say and family for coming, because even friends are family by choice for my mom. So you're all mishpacha. Sorry, you're stuck with us. I want to especially just say a special acknowledgement. We have some mishpacha who came in from out of town, and it means a lot. Valerie, Jaden, and Jordan for sure. Francie, Howie, and Mark. Ian, Brenda, and Sandy, I saw you come in. So we appreciate it because you're here, because you love Mom and she loves you, and you expect nothing in return. And it means a lot for you to be here. So thank you. I also want to say a very belated thank you to all the love and support and condolences and donations everybody gave us. We tried our hardest to acknowledge everybody, and I'm sure I forgot people, and I'm so sorry if you're one of them, and to the universe, whoever else I may have forgotten. When I look back on this year, I think about all those moments where I couldn't help but think, oh, Mom would love this, Mom would say this, Mom would think that, and Mom, you're with me all the time. You're with me all the time, and when I think about it, I think it's hard to put into words what her life meant to me, to everybody, but I'll say a few quick things. Mom, you showed me how to love with my whole heart, even in doing little things like talking to a stranger for a whole minute, knowing their life story, which sometimes I do, and I feel really proud of because it comes from you, Mom. You showed me to be compassionate and empathetic. You taught me to always imagine, why is another one acting like that? There's a reason. And to give them a little bit of grace. And I believe that if I can do that sometimes, it's because of you. I remembered this year all the little things you did for friends and family and community, the Hadassah bazaars, the cooking in the kitchens with Auntie Corey, and candle making and pickle making, and like the list just goes on. And when I think about it, you never said no, and what you gave of yourself was 100% of what you had to give. And I found myself doing my version of those things, and I think about them, and when I do those things, I imagine myself talking to you about it, because we always talked about it, and I realize now that, yet again, so much of me is because of what you gave me. This is a small thing, but I was just thinking about it this week. Mom and Dad always had us picking fresh fruit off the trees in the backyard, and the stuff we planted in the garden in Edmonton, it was, potatoes and carrots. and horseradish, but it was fantastic. And so now I try to plant things, eat them, and I think of you guys because of that. You taught me everything. And when I think of you the most, I think of you with this big smile on your face. All you wanted was to be with your friends and family. One of the most important things you taught me was how to carry on through difficult things, and you never complained. And when I asked you about something that you had to do to take care of yourself, for example, Mom, my mom would say, well, I have to do it, don't I? And I would say, yeah, you do. You do have to do this or that. And she wouldn't complain. No pity, no self-pity, nothing. She just had a sense of reality. And I think about that a lot. I'm editing as I go, guys, so hang on, because some of this was said. I'm going to close into this idea. A special moment happened. My dad liked the train, so it's all good. A special moment happened recently. An Edmontonian, who I don't know that well, he called me to get involved in a community project. And he started the call and he said who he was, and he said all these incredible things about my parents, like on and on and on. And then he asked me to do the project. And I said to him, no, but it wasn't like that. And then I said to him, you had me when you started talking about my mom and dad. Like, you didn't even have to go through all that. Like, it was so amazing. And the thing is, when you move to another city and you live your life in a city where there's generations and generations of family who grew up in that city, you don't always experience that sense of people when they meet you knowing who you come from. And it was so joyful for me to just connect to that and feel like, okay, this person, they know who I come from, and it means so much to me. And then recently, not long after that, I actually saw him in person, and he gave me the biggest hug. We hadn't really met as adults, and he gave me the biggest hug, and he said, I'm not giving you this hug for you, Michelle. He said, I'm giving it to you because of your parents. Having my parents in Vancouver for the past 18 years was a real blessing. And in lieu of them having their full Edmonton community here today, there is quite a number of us Edmontonians here, which means the most, means everything. I just want everybody to imagine the hug that friend gave me. He's now a friend, of course. And imagine the mark my parents left on Edmonton. It was really something. They weren't the most powerful people in the city, but their kindness was among the greatest. And they weren't the most affluent, but they gave the most that they could. And they weren't the movers and shakers of the broader society, but boy, did they move and shake their own community by opening their hearts, their home, their time, their kindness to everybody who they encountered. Mom, I'm so proud to be your daughter. Thank you for the life you gave me and the values you taught me and for the memories we shared. I miss you every day, and you're always with me, in my heart and in my children and in the way we live our lives. Giving the fuzzy thing back.
Thank you for sharing. We'll continue with El Malei Hamim, the traditional memorial prayer, recognizing that even as Dianne's physical presence is no longer among us, that her spirit has really become part of us, that her soul has returned to the source of souls, and that we are able to carry her with us. El Malei Hamim, shochen b'mromim, המצא מנוחה נכונה תחת כנפי השכינה, במעלות קדושים וטהורים, כזרקי המסירים, את נשמת דינה בת מנחם וחיה ליבה שהלכה לעולמה, בגן עדן תמנוחתה, אנא בעל הרחמים, הסתירה בסתר כנפיך לעולמים, וצחור בצרור החיים, את נשמתה. אדוני הוא נחלתה, תנוח בשלום המשכבה, ונאמר Amen. El Malei Rachamim, God full of mercy, grant infinite rest in your sheltering presence among the holy and pure to the soul of Dianne Jampolsky, who has gone to her eternal home. Merciful One, we ask that our loved one find perfect peace in your tender embrace. May her soul be bound up in the bond of life. May she rest in peace. And let us say, Amen. And so we'll continue now with the singing of Psalm 23, followed by reciting it, and we'll conclude our prayers here with Mourner's Kaddish. And so just one thought before we continue with Psalm 23, that it's a psalm that begins with the image of God leading us in green meadows and beside still waters. That it's really about being in a landscape where everything is laid out before us. And then the central image of the way that God is with us, even as we walk through the valley of darkest shadow, that we know that we are supported. And it's in this image that we recognize what it means to lose someone who was such a fountain of kindness like Dianne was. That while she was around, that she would do everything to be that fierce mother bear, to be that intense bubby who would even threaten people in the amazing ways, whether it was the fear that someone wasn't treating her grandchildren right, that she would say, be careful because you'll set Bubby on them. And of course, having an anger towards every ref that made the wrong call. That she did everything she could to make things easy for those she loved. Yet, even without her here now, we give thanks for everything that she did to give you that strength, that as we're now having to walk the world without her, that we're able to appreciate all that she gave you, to give you the strength to face whatever comes next. And so we give thanks for that ongoing support through her legacy, one that we are able to strengthen by continuing to share our memories. So I'll invite Neil to chant Psalm 23.
Mizmor leDavid, Adonai roi lo echzar, Binot Yasher yavitzeni, Amenu chakinahaleini. Nafshi yeshoveh, Nafshi yeshoveh, Yancheni b'mavle tzedek l'man shemo. Gam ki elech b'getz al-mavet lo ira ki ata imadi. Shivtecha umishantecha, Shivtecha umishantecha, Hemai nachamuni. Taroch lefanai, Shulchan neged tzorai. Tishanta v'shemen roshi kosti revaya Avtov v'chesed yedefuni yemei chayai V'shavti beveit Adonai le'orech yamim.
A Psalm of David. Adonai is my shepherd, I shall not want, giving me repose in green meadows, leading me beside the still waters to revive my spirit, guiding me on the right path, for that is God's essence. Though I walk through a valley of the shadow of death, I fear no harm, for you are with me. Your staff and your rod comfort me. You prepare a banquet for me in the presence of my foes. You anoint my head with oil, my cup overflows. Surely goodness and kindness shall be the portion all the days of my life, and I shall dwell in the house of Adonai forever. We'll conclude our prayers now with Mourner's Kaddish. Yitgadal, Yitkadash, Shemei Rabbah, Be'alma, Divra, Kirte, Yamlich Malchute, B'chayechon, Uvyomechon, Uvchaye, Dechol Beit Yisrael, Ba'agala, Uvizman Kari, B'meru, Amen. Yehe Shmei Rabbah Mevarach Le'olam Olmei Almaya. Yitbarach, Yishtabach, Yita'ar, Yitromam, Yitnaseh, Yithadar, Yitale, Yitalal, Shemed Kudsha, Brechu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata. Tushbechata v'nechamata. Damiran be'alma v'meru. Amen. Yehe shlama rab min shemaya. V'chay aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'meru. Amen. Oseh shalom b'mirmav. Hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'meru. Amen. So as we then prepare to take our leave, you're invited to take a stone that the obligation is to have this permanent marker. And so each of us are able to take part in building up the memorial by leaving stones, being able to remember both Dianne, as well as taking this an opportunity to also remember Noel. And then from there, we'll continue back to Har El. We'll have a little more time, a little more air conditioning to share some memories, as well as to hang the memorial plaque in the synagogue, reminding us that even as we have this space to respect Dianne's physical presence that she left on the earth, that we're able to take her presence and build memorials wherever we go. So thank you all for joining today, and I'll see you back at the synagogue.
There will be some food
Yes.
and drink at the synagogue at 4 o'clock. We're just going to do a little brief thing with the memorial on the wall, just for your knowledge.
Yeah.
But you get there anytime you can get there. The food and drink is available.
Yes.
So get out of the sun.
Right.
To whoever's watching. You want these? Yes.
Thank you all for joining in. This concludes the service.